How's everyone doing on this Saturday? I'm well, better than I was doing yesterday, but we all have our days. So, I think I was going to write a blog, but I decided, always decide to come live and talk to you guys because this is, fourth quarter living. We at the end stretch till the end of 2020. We're about to start a new year, 2021. 2020 has been, I want to say, interesting. It's been quite interesting for everyone as a whole. So it's not like, oh, something just happened to one part of the world or whatever. It happened to everyone. When we was going into 2020, we didn't think that this was what 2020 was going to look like. So our new normal is very, very different than what we are used to. But the beginning of the year was awesome. We started the year we brung in the new year with family and friends, and that was cool. And we celebrated birthdays. Me and my two best friends, my husband and Miss Joyner, we went to Vegas all before we hit the pandemic. So we really enjoyed ourselves, and we celebrated more birthdays. And then March came in, and it was like, what is happening? So we had to learn to live in a different world. We was quarantined, meaning we was put on punishment and we didn't even do nothing. So we went through quarantine. People learned new life skills, new career skills, new things in general, new things about themselves, new things about their family. A lot of families realize that they don't even like each other like that. Some people realize a lot about their children, about themselves. It was a lot of reflection, a lot of new things learned, a lot of sadness, a lot of mental health issues. It was a lot. It was a lot. And not everybody coped with it the same way. Some people dealt with it, some people didn't. 2020 has been interesting. I didn't think my business would survive a pandemic, but it did. My surgery was put on hold, but then it happened. I started a new business, which is the life coaching, because I feel especially in these times, people need accountability. People need a cheerleader, somebody to help them get through their day-to-day and their life goals and achievements and different things like that. So I felt like that would be a great add-on for me. And now I'm looking into doing public speaking. That's why I do a lot of lives to try to, give me to the world in a positive manner. Had surgery, went through that. We were able to save because, the government was giving out money and all these other things. And, some people blew it, but when you start realizing the surplus that you're having, you start thinking differently. So my husband thought, you know what, with this, we can start saving on a future. And it's like, oh, you start looking like, wow, this is the first time that either you weren't behind in bills because you continue to have a job, or you managed to manage things differently because not you realize a lot of the stuff that we were doing and spending money on weren't important. I learned to do my nails during quarantine because there was no nail salon, so you have to figure it out. So I could easily go into the nail salon and drop like $70. So now, free 99, as long as I got the stuff. And then it became another income because I got the hookup. Holla if you hear me now. So a lot has happened. Some people, 2020 wasn't great for them at all. I understand it. But for those of you that it was great, that's good. It's a good thing. Use this as a lesson. It really was a lesson on how to adapt to a major change that you had no control over. Like, this was really a big adapting moment. And then we're going into 2021. We don't know what that will bring. People like, oh, I can't wait for Rona to be over. Where it's going? Child, they got these vaccines. Everybody's making a different vaccines. There's so many different views on should we take it, shouldn't we take it. That's a big thing within itself. So we really, really don't know what next year brings. But I think it should still be a positive outlook because we went through this. We got through this. For those of us that came out on top, we got through it. So I feel like there's nothing 2021 can bring that we can't handle. I believe that with all my heart and soul. And now it's time to start figuring out what your goals will be for 2021. What are you looking to accomplish, to do more of, to do less of? What habits are you trying to break? What habits are you trying to put in place? What routines? How are you caring for yourself, for others? What does your 2020 look like? If you had unlimited funds and no limiting beliefs, what would be your perfect 2021?